Hello everyone, and welcome to Pathologic. I am your host, Beyond Ukiah. Let us start this adventure.
So,
Oh,
it's
that was
all
quick.
about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no
This is
other way
how it
out.
starts.
What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar.
I feel like we shouldn't trust
Who
her.
is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I
don't trust him
find
either.
answers, and justice will be restored.
I don't
will
trust
perform
anyone.
The operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon.
Hey, Snape.
Step aside, both of you.
Hi,
Your
Snape.
gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum fumus sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
Do they know I'm
You
here?
mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
Okay. That was, oh, okay. That was weird. Did they notice I was there? Oh, the jump button is X. That's fantastic. I can't see. What? That door is glowing. I assume that's the right... Wait, perhaps I didn't press the right button to open it. Oh, real faces. Great. Bachelor. The history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophic... catastrophes that have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt the pettiness of human achievement and the triumph of invincible evil. Outbreak and infectious diseases that have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map are undoubtedly among these. However, smart and virtuous, the people caught up in these destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it's no use trying to fight these circumstances. The best you can do is bite the bullet and cope with your losses. This is the story of a person who has managed to work a miracle and defeat a seemingly unvanquishable foe. How do they call upon the Menku, the faithful of the Warden kin, known by their hands for their butchers, known by their eyes for they are surgeons, they who follow the lines, they who are leaders of the kin, they who speak the unders, they who know the secret art of Heurispecy. What is the Heurispex? Reading the future of in the entrails, he knows that the body bears semblance to the universe. His scalpel knows the lines of the body. His steps follow the lines of his kin's fortunes. A Heurispex that can tell the true line from the false one is entrusted with power. The Heurispex, who is confused by his path, gets buried into a deep black flesh of the earth. This is a story about a person who has avoided the contradiction, eager to rip a doomed life apart, masterfully fulfilling his true purpose in the process. And lastly, this character is unlocked after he finished the bachelor's or the let's do the bachelor then.
Daniil Dankovsky, a bachelor of medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan and stays at her place till dawn.
If you know what I mean. Yes. Everything just seems so ominous here. Oh, a hand. A knock knock. Oh my. Oh my. What are you wearing, you naughty minx? What the hell is that? As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who is rumored to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern thanatology and challenge the existence notions of death itself. However, even if this undying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratory down. I need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. Day 1, by the end of which the bachelor finds himself battling a truly vanquished foe. Does it like... Oh, I got hunger. Oh no. Oh, what's that? Oh, what is this? What is all of this? Oh, what is all of this? What is going on? Oh boy. I need a tutorial. Never thought I'd ever say that. No, that's not one. Alright. Weapons, clothes, drugs, rations. So the A button. So I should be playing this with keyboard and mouse. I'll try that. Maybe this will be a more fruitful. Alright. No, that doesn't help me at all. It's still weird. I'm going back to controller. It's a lot more easy with controller too, I don't know why. I thought I'd ever say that. Oh, I get it. I'm with you now. I don't want to sleep. That seems like a bad idea. Oh, I don't know what you are. I don't know what any of this is. Can't pick anything up. Can I open up this? No, I cannot. Can I look at that? Nope. Oh. Well, this can be interesting. So as far as I know, I've got to find this one particular guy and draw his blood. That sounds easy enough, now doesn't it? Simon. See if I can not get anything beforehand though. Oh, hello. Hello. What are you wearing?
I had a feeling you would come.
Did the sound from outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan, and then something snapped loudly. No, I heard nothing, or I fell asleep so quickly I didn't even notice. It's like I fainted. So what was the sound you're talking about? I'm gonna go with that one. I think there are strangers in the backyard, by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and don't and stop disturbing our sleep. Why do you think they aren't playing anything foul? I like to thank you for your hospitality for board and bed. Why don't you think they're doing anything foul? Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the Stone Yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course. Fights happen occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night. But we're a tight community, and now I hear unfamiliar speech. That's not a good sound. I'll go out and take a look, but I'm in a hurry. I must see this founding father of yours. Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for a dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer? That's so sad. But Simon won't go anywhere. He has always been, he always will be. Even if the moon were to fall to the ground, please stay with me a little while longer. I couldn't imagine the hospitality here. I couldn't even imagine the hospitality here. But who was waiting for me? I didn't notify old Brock my arrival. I'm not even sure what made me take off in the first place. Simon is a sorcerer, did I hear right? Let's do that one. Are you in that much of a hurry? Do come round. The Canes are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off. Have a rest in my bed. Let me warm your hands. You're so anxious to see Simon, as though your life depends on it. My life, yes. Now that my laboratory is on the brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on that remarkable man. If he has really managed to live that long, then his tissues will help me defeat death. Death. So that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. My enemy is an inevitability. I am challenging the forces of nature. I prefer the first one. Millions of doctors defeated it on certain singular occasions, but my enemy is more fearsome. It is death itself rather than a singular case of death. I understand. I can barely understand it myself. Could death only seem inevitable to us, but in reality be nothing more than a whim of the will that had shaped this world? That is the question. So where is the key to my victory? Poetic. So poetic. It's not far. The Canes live at the Crucible, on the bridge square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice? Go on. Simon has 2 younger brothers. The eldest of 2, Georgie, is called the Judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the 3 is Victor. His daughter, Maria, also wanted to see you. It's probably important. Was it she who knew about my arrival beforehand? Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is that kind of person. She puts on airs, but that's just how the Canes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence. Alright, thank you for your advice. Go, and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back, and after you speak to the Canes, they'll probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on your guard. I'll have some advice that may be of help for you, if you need it. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, I'm guessing the circles is where I need to go. I don't know what the bloody hand is, though. Oh, that's a big map. That is a big map. Like an idiot, we should explore the bloody hand. Smashed mirror, that's a good sign. Is that your bed? Oh, lover's embrace! Ooh. Ooh, this is spooky. Spooky. Ooh, what the frick is that? Alright, how do I check my map now? Now that I'm out into the real world. Other, that doesn't help me. Ah, down, okay, cool. Alright, the circle says, this mansion in cold Stillwater belongs to a single girl called Eva Yarn. An accidental midnight encounter provided me with a lovely companion and temporary lodgings. That's the mysterious Maria. We want to see... That's Simon Kane. Who do we want to see? We wanted to see someone. What is that symbol there? What are those symbols? What is all this? Oh my... This is confusing. I've been expecting my arrival for several days. She seems to know more about me than... Okay, cool. We should probably go there then. Victor Kane. Now, didn't we need to see someone specific? We didn't need to see Simon Kane. Ah, we need to see Georgie Kane. We'll go check out Maria. Hello. Are you friendly?
Venerable Bachelor, please be so kind as to linger a minute. This conversation won't take too much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues. At least, during the important ones. And our dialogue is extremely important. You need to know how to play, after all, don't you?
Play? What are you talking about, Mask Man? I'm neither a gambler nor an actor.
Of course you aren't. You are a living, breathing man, as is evident from your conditions and statuses. You experience hunger, thirst, and fatigue. You suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases. You're so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, and rest, and make no mistakes.
The latter being the most definitive proof of my human nature, wouldn't you agree?
If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or are naturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I knew a person who died of stress, but was diagnosed with starvation.
It happens. I can testify to that as a doctor.
Need I remind a wise man, like you, of the fact that hunger is sated with food? Food can be found in shops, and shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with specific signs. Sleep, however, is more complicated. People only sleep in beds, and only private residents around here. I am sorry, but that's just how our world is.
Yes, the world is unjust.
And quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell similar items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. People can be quite brazen around here. You can also barter with the folk out on the streets. Some things may be nothing more than trinkets to you, but others would be willing to part with their life's blood for them.
Blood?
Yes, blood. It's not my place to lecture you, but if, following your Hippocratic oath, you ever consider easing someone's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You'll see their pain receding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep when they close to recovery, don't they?
Or when they're close to their ultimate rest.
Still, helping the hopeless will grant you a good reputation. You will be seen as a benefactor willing to part with the precious sleeping draught or a painkiller for a simple bystander.
Anything else?
No, not yet.
Bye then, Mask. That was, interesting. Ooh, what are you, friend?
Halt! I'm not going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting. The time and place is not essential, but that's just how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon the prompt box. That would look mighty silly, wouldn't you agree?
Speak. I'm listening.
Time flies by. It can't be stopped or turned back. Nights follow days, which are then followed by nights. Things happen without any regard for whether you are there to witness them. Don't expect anyone to wait for you. Most events can be missed.
And so?
And so, it would make sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly. You'll find the people that will play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest are just a crowd, shot, a background, a bunch of extras.
As it has always been.
Indeed. Still, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. It's a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these bound to stand out people. And don't be too dismissive of a silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy.
Why is that?
This world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world you see, for it's my mirror. Wouldn't you agree? And so a bad reputation can get you into a lot of trouble.
For example?
Oh, need I describe? You've got a vivid imagination. Everything changes, from mystical aspects to mundane things, like the people you need treating you badly. How many enemies have you got? How high the prices rise? How bad your dreams are? Lots of things.
A sorry prospect. So how do I maintain my reputation?
Really? How is that even a question? Same as anywhere. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not betray. Do not steal. Do not covet. Do not be an asshole. Do not get caught. The rules are the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, like risking something for thy neighbor, or even a person who lives quite a far away, can help in a dire situation.
I see.
Really? Good for you, then. As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives, and don't put too much stock into another's word, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived.
Yes, he who trusts no one is deluded. I know that from experience. What weird and interesting characters. So we got time in this game. That is fantastic. That means we gotta do a lot of stuff and we don't know what we're actually doing. That is fantastic. How fast does time go by? I know we should keep friends with the lady in that mansion. Reason being is because we'll have a place to stay if we're friendly to her. And thus, we should go over here and talk to these people. Hello.
Anything I can help you with?
No, thank you.
Anything I can help you with?
Nah. Let's not talk to them and regret it later. Alright, in here. In here is where we wish to go. Specifically... Oh, the house is down this way. Okay. Oh yeah, that's something we gotta remember to do as well. We gotta eat. We have... What do we have here? Oops. Oopsie. I ate already. I didn't even know if I needed to eat. Oh, that's sweet. What is this? Okay. There's a way to check my character. Way to check my character. No. No. Oh my god. I'm good at games. There we go. Okay, so I'm good with food. I should probably buy some when I'm ready. But for now, we should go in here. I love the pictures in this game. In fact, to be honest, I love the overall aesthetics of this game. It's just... It reminds you of the PS2 days. It's so good. I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh!
Great souls are not those who have fewer passions and more virtues than common, but those only who have greater designs.
Is that you? Hello.
Oh, Mother. Why can't you be here with us?
You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. Appearances can be deceiving. I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat. Cruel words, but also honest. What's so bad about it, anyway? The strong manipulate the weak when they want to. Then it is all in my hands.
The Saburovs' wait is over. They've always wanted an heir.
I have a lot to tell you, Bachelor Dankovsky, but I dare not, until you meet my Uncle Georgie. Otherwise he'll rip my tongue out for disclosing a secret. Some strict morals your family has. They make much more sense than you may think. This is not a game, is it? For all that is holy, do speak to my uncle, and then come back to me. Otherwise the excruciating anticipation will tear my heart to pieces. Where is your uncle now? Close at hand, just next door. Go to the wing that's closer to the river. Its roof is shaped like a crown. And why do you have nipple flowers? That is a question I want to know. That's a question we all wish to know. Alright, that's what time is it? How fast is time? 7 o'clock already. Alright, let's check the map. Closer to the river, this house here. This house here. Shaped like a crown. Is that shaped like a crown? Alright, we'll talk to Georgie. Then we'll go back. Talk to her. Then if we have enough time, we'll talk to the, I'm not gonna steal anything. I'm not gonna be bad. Not gonna be bad. Not gonna be bad. Are you Georgie? Georgie Borgie?
Tell me what you want, and I will tell you who you are.
Most venerable Doctor, it is with great impatience that we have been expecting you. You have not delved into the minute? Is that? Of your businesses with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you were experiencing, and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon, my conscientious brother, the creator, keeper, and embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. Fuck! Of course he has! The one man that could probably give us a cure is fucking dead. Of course. Had to be that way. Damn it, why did it have to happen just before I arrived? I can't believe it! It cannot be! My brother was murdered last night, under the strangest of circumstances. But for all the mystery surrounding his death, I'd rather eschew the notion that his departure was connected with whoever had visited Simon that evening. The visitor is a man of laudable rectitude, and an old friend of our family. There are witnesses to testify that he and Simon did nothing but converse. Who was the visitor? Someone you know quite well. The man whom my brother saw last night was your colleague, Isidore Burak. Was he not the very person to advise you to come here as well? I would have told you that I'd been brought here by the hand of fate not so long ago. A naive man that I was. Yes. Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think? Categories like time, nature, and fate deprive man of responsibility for what goes on around him. I was taught to avoid this worldview. Yeah, that's true. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival has no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote to you without making us aware. He took the risk that could have displeased our family. Why do you speak the word fate with such disgust? I prefer the word time, in a fatalistic sense of the notion, of course. So Simon wasn't aware I would come? Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have been a consequence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here dependent. It is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side. So you presume the Queen knew of the blow and sacrificed itself for the pawn, but why? My sincerest condolences to you. Is there any thing I can do to help? Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderer for us. My brother Victor, who is in the wing next door, would share some thoughts on the matter. Help us, and the reward will not disappoint you. I don't need a reward. I need your brother's corpse. Can I get that? Can I get your brother's corpse? Maybe that will help me. Indeed, it seems too many coincidences. Your brother's murder can just be called the murder of Bachelor Tankovsky. I will help you every way I can. Yeah, that'll do. I am convinced that if there is anyone at all that can help us solve this puzzle, then it is you. This mission calls for someone as astute and inventive as yourself. If Isidore was an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder is a message that fate intended for you personally. Do not think I am inclined to blame you for that. I am not. How do you plan on looking for the murderer? We will take our own measures. The only thing I expect from you is to be yourself. Do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, whatever the day turns into, everything is a clue to the solution of this puzzle. I repeat, everything that is happening here is happening on your account. You have my sympathy. Why is there an arrow there? Is that important? So many questions. Can I see that arrow before I can... Oh, there we go. Where's that arrow? Where's that arrow? Where's that arrow? Arrow! So he's dead. What's this here? So I saw Victor... It's where Victor lives. Okay. Well, we should close this episode for now. Despite nothing big happening at the moment, I'm actually really enjoying this game. Like, really enjoying the aesthetics of the game. I still don't know what half this stuff is, half this shit is. Oh shit, I probably should pause. But I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. And I hope that things get a little more interesting as these episodes progress. Stick with it, I'm sure that things are going to get very interesting. But until next time, friends, goodbye.